Malik, I'm told that the Lakers stars, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, are increasingly concerned about the franchise's ability to go out and significantly upgrade this roster.
I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been at my best when I've been the four. And having a big out there, we know it worked when we won the championship.
Ever since the Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA Finals in 2020, it feels like they've been chasing a third star to unite with LeBron James and Anthony Davis in order to recreate the success that they've had in the bubble. And in some ways, they acquired that third star at the end of the second round in this year's NBA draft. But due to the jealousy of the rest of the Los Angeles Lakers, Bronny is currently in the G League. Jokes aside, every single time the Lakers try to make a trade to build a championship level roster, it ends up backfiring. But now, after years of experimentation, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are sick and tired of the Lakers front office, and it seems like things are about to get spicy. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to get the latest NBA news to your device. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Ever since I've gotten this sponsorship, I've been trying to figure out a way to game the system so I can earn my subscribers money, and I finally did it this past week. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you all the messages I've been receiving over the past few days as a result of all the people making money with my picks. I have a model that has exponentially increased our hit rate, and if you don't believe me, just look at my DMs. I mean, people have been blowing up my DMs with all the money they've been making. We made thousands of dollars on Prize Picks this past week, and they're giving us one more free square for the Super Bowl. All Patrick Mahomes needs is one passing yard. I'm going to post my play on my Instagram story at TheFlightMike or Snapchat, FlightMike Snap, once the game gets closer. But use my promo code microphone when you sign up for Prize Picks to get $50 when you make a play of $5 or more. And let's make some money off of this big game. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Going into the current NBA season, I don't think many people expected the Los Angeles Lakers to set the world on fire. I mean, after all, they did get eliminated in the first round last season, and all they did in the offseason to change their roster was draft Dalton Connect, who admittedly does look solid, draft Bronny James, and hire Redick to be their brand new head coach. They lost some key role players like Spencer Dinwiddie, who's doing well in Dallas, and they lost Taurean Prince because he was banished alongside Darvin Ham to Milwaukee, but they're actually doing fairly well in Milwaukee. Losing Jared Vanderbilt to injury for the first half of the regular season doesn't help either. Now, I know the Lakers are strapped for cash, but still, I feel like drafting Bronny and Dalton Connect isn't enough to supplement a team that is trying to get a 40-year-old LeBron James another ring. So when the Lakers were just 18-14 by the end of December, I don't think many people were shocked, but I feel like there's one simple solution that the Lakers have been avoiding for what feels like 5 years now.
I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been at my best when I've been the four. And having a big out there, we know it worked when we won the championship.
In the 2019 to 2020 season, when the Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA championship, which totally counts! I don't care if it was in a bubble, it counts! Anthony Davis played 91% of his minutes at the four, with JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard splitting the center spot. A few years later, in the 2021-22 season, Anthony Davis played over 75% of his minutes at center. That was the year that the Lakers missed the playoffs. It goes to show how much of a difference it makes when you have a true five playing next to AD. But still, I can hear the excuses for this season.
Mike, what about Russell Westbrook? Doesn't he deserve some of the blame for that season more than anyone else?
Well, no, if you're a Laker fan, we all know that no matter what, there's one individual that deserves the most blame for the Los Angeles Lakers more than anyone else: LeVar Ball. No, I'm sorry, like, if LeVar Ball didn't exist, the Lakers would have probably drafted Jason Tatum or De'Aaron Fox. We'd be a dynasty at this point. Jokes aside, if there's one person that you're going to point the blame finger at, it's our general manager, Rob Pelinka. Anthony Davis has been begging to play power forward for years now. Give him a true center. But no, what does Pelinka do instead? He traded all of his role players for a ball-dominant point guard that was making supermax money. This made no sense, and ever since that championship run, the Lakers have been searching for a true center. Even JJ Redick is starting to complain about the roster construction, saying this:
We just don't have a huge margin for error, and nor can we create that margin organically. You know, it has to be emphasized daily to touch the paint, to play paint, you know, paint to great mentality, make the extra pass. We don't have a guy on our team that is going to necessarily always draw two to the ball. We don't have a guy on our team that's going to be able to get past his guy one-on-one and get to the paint. spray out there. Like, it's just not our team.
I feel like this is kind of a call for help by JJ Redick to the front office to go out and get a guy who's capable of unlocking this team on both sides of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, LA is slightly above average, sitting at 13th in terms of offensive rating, but defensively they've been mediocre at best, sitting at just 21st in the entire NBA. That's below teams like Charlotte and Indiana, who I think it's fair to say they aren't as talented as the Lakers. But just a few weeks ago, the Lakers made a huge move by shipping off D'Angelo Russell back to Brooklyn for Shake Milton and Dorian Finney-Smith. And while the team is just 4-5 with Dorian Finney-Smith, I do think this is a step in the right direction. You've acquired a solid 3-and-D wing, and Shake Milton has the ability to eat some minutes at the end of the bench. Plus, honestly, I think everyone in Los Angeles was just sick of D'Angelo Russell, which is no insult to him. I just don't think the two are a good pair for one another, and they've tried it twice. But even after adding Dorian Finney-Smith, I think the Lakers just need to make one more move for a true big man. But in the words of Lakers beat reporter Jovan Bua, they might be just too afraid to make a move.
They don't want to lose a trade, They don't want to lose a trade. And I don't think anybody really wants to lose a trade, but take a look at what Phoenix just did, right? Like that deal.
I was going to say, the Lakers technically could have made that deal.
100. No, there's no technically about it. Like, they for sure could.
The trade being mentioned here is the deal where Phoenix shipped off a 2031 unprotected first-round pick for 3 other draft picks. Now, I think it's important to note that the picks that Phoenix got back aren't phenomenal and are projected to be mid to late 20th overall picks, but they still qualify as draft capital. Why didn't the Lakers make this trade? Like previously mentioned, they're just too afraid of losing a trade. But I honestly don't think that will last much longer. Not only are the Lakers floundering as a mid-seeded team in the Western Conference, but if their superstars act on their words, there could be a huge problem brewing in LA.
Malik, I'm told that the Lakers stars, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, are increasingly concerned about the franchise's ability to go out and significantly upgrade this roster. They want the Lakers to show some activity here at that February 6th NBA trade deadline because from my understanding, James and Davis feel that this is a team in the Lakers that is potentially 1 or 2 pieces away from legitimately contending from a championship.
Listen, is the Lakers duo of LeBron James and Anthony Davis upset with the front office? Yes, and it makes sense. AD isn't getting any younger. LeBron only has 1 or 2 seasons left. This is their last chance as a pair to win a championship. LeBron has a player option after this season, and AD is only guaranteed to be in Los Angeles until the end of next season. In theory, they both could leave if the front office doesn't build around them properly, but I don't think that will happen. I think if anything, they both will use this as leverage over the front office in order to put pressure on them to build a contender.
That's the way our team is constructed. We have to. We have to play close to perfect basketball. We know the game is never perfect. It's never going to be a 48-minute perfect basketball game.
But who could the Lakers possibly trade for? Well, we could rule out some candidates already. I can tell you definitively that they are not going to trade for Jimmy Butler. As much as I love photoshopping the hottest trade candidate each and every season in a Lakers jersey, it just doesn't make sense in this particular case. Another name I've heard thrown around is Lonzo Ball, and I think it would be so funny if the Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets just so they could acquire Lonzo Ball a second time. I mean, you just don't see stuff like this happening in the NBA. I like Lonzo, and I do think he would add value to this Lakers team, but I don't think it's worth throwing around any significant asset to acquire him. If Lonzo's the big move that Los Angeles has been rumored to make, not only would that be underwhelming, but to be honest, I think that would be a little insulting to LeBron and AD as well. But the real guy Los Angeles needs to go after is a guy that I mentioned a while ago in a video a few months back. The Los Angeles Lakers need to go after Walker Kessler, and I believe this is all Anthony Davis, JJ Redick, and LeBron James telling Rob Pelinka that they need to go after Walker Kessler. If you guys remember, LeBron is no stranger to going off script. At the conclusion of the 2023 Western Conference Finals, he hinted that he was considering retirement.
I had a lot to think about, to be honest, and just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, a lot to think about.
Just last year, LeBron James showed up to a Cleveland Cavaliers home playoff game in the middle of the game to make an appearance. This isn't the first time that they used the media to send a subliminal message to the front office. The Lakers do this all the time, and I think they could actually go after Walker Kessler. First off, let's just establish something. The Utah Jazz view their contending window as the late 2020s to the mid 2030s. How do we know this? Well, they just traded 3 first-round picks for the Suns' 2031 pick, which is projected projected to be pretty solid. Walker Kessler will turn 24 years old this year, meaning he will be 30 by 2031, meaning that he simply does not fit their rebuilding window, and trading him for a Lakers 2031 pick, which will be post LeBron and likely post AD, means that they get another great first round pick to build with. I feel like this makes perfect sense for both sides. Maybe throw in a few second round picks, a solid role player, and I feel like this is a deal that can get done. I don't want to exaggerate how well Walker Kessler would fit in Los Angeles, but I genuinely feel like he would fix a lot of the issues the Lakers already have. Although Dorian Finney-Smith is slumping from 3 right now, I really wonder what Laker fans were expecting. It's like every single time a LeBron James-led team trades for a 3-point shooter, they automatically start bricking from 3. Now, I do think he'll get better as the season continues, and he will be the perfect 3-and-D wing that the Lakers need, and that's one issue that the Lakers can't expect to have fixed. By adding Walker Kessler, they fix their other big issue of not having a true center to play next to Anthony Davis. As I've mentioned, the last time Anthony Davis played more power forward than center, the Lakers won the NBA Finals. I really feel like giving a player like Walker Kessler, who will go out and give you 10 boards a game while giving you elite rim protection, would completely turn this team around. But that's only if the Lakers stop being so scared. I truly do believe Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office have PTSD from the Westbrook trade. They don't want to give up valuable assets just to make the team worse or average. And while I do understand that point, they're missing one important detail I think everyone else understands. LeBron James is 40. He didn't re-sign with you in the offseason so he can enjoy the sunny LA weather. He re-signed with you so he could potentially win another NBA championship. When LeBron re-signed in the offseason, everyone, including myself, expected Los Angeles to have a great offseason in order to justify LeBron staying, but it's extremely underwhelming. It's not too late to make up for that offseason. The NBA trade deadline is just a few weeks from now, and I think it's going to be a big make or break scenario for the Lakers front office. I think they'll make a move for a true center. This season has been different from any of the last 4. They're already playing well enough to be a 5th seed. LeBron and AD have the contractual leverage to put pressure on the front office to make a move. And finally, LeBron is 40. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think the Lakers will do at the trade deadline? Will they trade for Lonzo Ball? Will they trade for Walker Kessler? Should they stand pat, or is there another trade you think they should make? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.